Hey guys, welcome to another session. So from this session, we are going to dump into the uh, security or actual security, how the threat actor will hijack the environment without any noise or detections, and how they will operate. We will learn each and everything. Okay. So in the first video, we will learn the stage and stageless pay. Sometime this question will be asked in interviews, if you're a fresher or experienced or any, if you're moving for a red team or blue team, any jobs. Okay, I will cover everything. So how to so which payload is better, stage or stageless, how it will be get caught. Okay, so the first one we will going to discuss the staged payload. Okay, so staged. So let's take a staged payload. Okay, so payload will be delivered by a part. Okay, so first thing, when you deliver the stage payload, so it will just give a C2 connection, like it will just give a terminal connection. Okay, terminal connection. So next, after getting the terminal connection, so this is the first part. Okay, the second part will be getting uploaded. Okay, to the target windows. Okay, it will be delivered by one. Okay, first part, second part, third part. So if your payload need to do any other things like credential dumping or privilege escalation, the third part, fourth part, it will be sended by the part by part. Okay, it will be delivered by the part to part. Okay, but if you see the stageless payload, it will not be delivered by the part to part. Okay, it will be delivered by the single payload. Okay, this will not be delivered by the single payload. It will be delivered by one part. This will be delivered by a single payload. Okay, everything will be in a same part. So you know the staged payload will be actually less when you are generating. It's a less size. So you will not be get easily caught by antivirus softwares or any EDR platform, because this payload only will send a C2 connection, right? The next payload will do some other task. The next payload will do some other task. The next payload will do some other tasks. Okay, but stageless is actually not like that. Okay, it's pretty different. Okay, so everything, the first thing, second, third, fourth, everything will be delivered in a single file. Okay, single file. Okay, now the file size will be big. Okay, it's a bigger size. So anyway, it will be a bigger size, and it will be easily caught by EDR or antivirus platforms, because every payloads are in a single file, right? Single file, right? Okay, let me go and develop that. I will teach you the real time in a practical. Let me jump into the one of the C2 framework. We will cover these things in later. So let's go to the Windows stager payload. So let's select this is a very example. Okay, this is just an example. Don't worry about the tool. We will be learning this tool in next section, the cobalt strike section. Okay, let's develop. I need to give you an example what is a stage and stageless. Okay, so that I was covering this tool. Don't worry about the usages and don't worry about the working principle of this tool. I will be covering each and everything in upcoming sections. Okay, let's select this, and we will generate a payload. So let me put it in the music directory. So we'll generate a payload named as a staged.exe. So in the same time we will generate a stageless payload. Okay, stageless payload. Select choose that, generate. So stageless. Okay, so I already said staged will be delivered by part to part. Okay, one by one part. Okay, it will be delivered one by one part. Okay, so now just go to the properties of a staged payload. You can see there is only a 19 kilobytes of file. If I go to the stageless, so now you can find the difference between both of the things. Okay, I already discussed staged payloads will be delivered by part, but stageless payload will be delivered single file. Every payload will be delivered in a one file. So you can see the file here 289 kib, and you can see the another file here, staged payload. You can see only 19 kilobytes of data will be there, but staged payload there is a 289 kilobytes of data. Sorry, stageless payload there is a 289 kilobytes of data will be there. Okay, so this is the difference between the staged and stageless payload. Okay, so if you want to go for a payload which will be easily bypass the antivirus softwares and malwares, malware detection programs. So you need to use the staged payload. Okay, so because it will be delivered by one part by part. Okay, your antivirus softwares or EDRs don't know what happening and what was the fire is about. Okay, so but if there is a network monitoring, Wireshark, or if they are using the Wireshark and do a critical network monitoring, okay, the environment, the organization is doing a very good critical things in network monitoring, then you will be get caught by the staged period. Okay, so anyway, it will be delivered by part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, right. So your Wireshark tool will be log everything. So what's the sending and what's the receiving, right? So it will be get caught by the network monitoring, but it will be bypassing the EDRs and AV sometime. Okay, but stageless, so it will not get caught by the Wireshark. So we can bypass the Wireshark, but it will be caught by the AV, EDRs, and other platforms. Okay, this is the difference between both of the things. But the stage will be caught by the Wireshark because payload will be delivered one by one, first file, second file, third file, fourth file, like that. But stageless, there is a single payload. It will be directly sent to the target machine. So if they are monitoring the network, so they don't know what happening inside the network, because there is only one file which will be sent to the target machine. Okay, but staged is not like that. Payload will be sent by one part, second part, third part, like that. Okay, based on the requirement. This is the difference between the staged and stageless payload. So you can use both, either staged or stageless for a C2 connections. But in this course, I will be mostly using the staged payload for doing many attacks. Okay, so I hope you have clear understanding about the staged and stageless payload. Once again, staged payload will be delivered by part, but stageless payload will be delivered by a single file. So that's the difference. You can see size will be less in staged and size will be bigger in stageless. Okay, so let's stop off this video and we'll continue our discussion in our next video. See you guys. Bye bye.